But when he's like scary, it's like, you better run, girl. Called The Village. It's a Japanese movie, of course, but it has English subtitles. That's my test. If it has English subtitles, I can imagine it's gotten international release by Netflix. Actually, I can't really say how, but I talked to an executive in Japanese television a little while ago, and that person was explaining to me that there's a lot of deals going on now with Netflix and Japanese TV networks, if you will. So I guess Netflix is just trying to source whatever media they can get, and just blast it out internationally. It's an easy way for them to increase the amount of content they have, and they're probably also hunting for their next Squid Game, if you will, right? Like Squid Game was a huge hit several years ago. I'm sure they just threw it out there and it just became a hit. So it's like, well, why not just do it on the cheap? So I'm pretty sure that also has something a factor to deal with it, but. So I've been noticing a really significant increase in the amount of Japanese films and TV shows making it to Netflix for international release, which is great for you guys because you got your boy here to watch some of this stuff and recommend it to you. So that's what I'm gonna do. So The Village. Let's get back to The Village. So The Village is a pretty dark movie, but it had my boy. I forgot his name from Sanctuary, the main character in Sanctuary, which is a great TV show about sumo wrestling. Again, it got deleted before, but go ahead, check it out. He's in it. I saw him and I was like, okay, I'm sold, right? And he plays a much darker character than he normally does. Actually, I was kind of surprised. I was kind of like, ooh, but he does play like a scary. Again, that's why I like him. He has the range like that. Like he can be like the funny kind of bad guy. But called The Village. It's a Japanese movie, of course, but it has English subtitles. That's my test. If it has English subtitles, I can imagine it's gotten international release by Netflix. Actually, I can't really say how, but I talked to an executive in Japanese television a little while ago, and that person was explaining to me that there's a lot of deals going on now with Netflix and Japanese TV networks, if you will. So I guess Netflix is just trying to source whatever media they can get, and just blast it out internationally. It's an easy way for them to increase the amount of content they have, and they're probably also when he's like scary, it's like, you better run, girl, like kind of thing. But anyway, this show, like, I won't spoil too much about what goes on the show in this movie, but the way I'll set it up is by saying it's about a town and people in the town, and basically the town itself. My take on it is the town itself is corrupt and has been corrupted by a power plant. Right? It's a really Japanese movie, so it doesn't really say everything overtly. Sorry, it's not a power plant. It's a waste treatment facility that was built in the town, maybe let's say 20 years ago, decades ago. And because of that, the town has died basically, and the people in the town have died. And one thing you'll notice if you watch this, that I realized like about 3/4 of the way through the movie, is that everyone in the town is scarred in some way. Like everyone's damaged in some way. It some ways are very obvious, other ways are not. But it does play itself out that you'll see that everyone has, including the town itself, has been damaged. Right? It's damaged goods. The whole kit and caboodle is damaged goods. Right? So you can kind of guess there's no real happy resolution coming with this thing. But the lead actor, the main character, again, sorry, I didn't do as much prep on getting the names and stuff down, but the main character, his acting chops, top flight. Like he had me really like, I don't know what's up with this dude. The first 20 minutes of the movie, and I was like, eh. But I was like, that was really like trying to turn it off, just because he was such a good actor and he showed like just broken individual, right? And then it flips. He flips and flips back like several ways. Like he made the movie. Like just his ability to emote in the camera was unbelievable, right? And you'll see it if you watch it. Like something happens, to his character, and he just becomes a completely different person. You're like, oh my gosh, like great. But again, then I looked at, I was like, how much time is left in this movie? I was like, this is where it would be the happy ending for an American movie, but yeah. Like I said, it's not gonna be pretty. Okay. Again, but it is really a riveting movie, and I think and for me as well, it was educational for me as well because I've spent all of my time, my 20 years in Japan, in the Tokyo area, metropolitan area. And I've heard about several of the problems that the Japanese countryside goes through, and this is a really really good example of that. You have the yakuza influences, you have political influences, you have understanding like small town politics in Japan and how that plays itself out. You have alcoholism, gambling addiction. Mental health issues, like all of those things that I've heard about but I've never seen like up close. That's kind of why I was interested in it, even though it's a little bit too darker than the type of movie I like to watch. But his charisma on camera, plus like my main man from Sanctuary, when I saw him and Informer, when I saw him in there, I was like, okay, I gotta watch it. It was great. I wasn't disappointed at all. I would definitely give it I would probably give it 8 out of 10 on a scale from 1 to 10. It was that good. It really drew me in. The ending, it ends quite suddenly, but definitely check it out.